Hello there everybody, this is Voccio here, and I'm making a bit of a different video today, for Warframe, obviously, about a build, or rather a combination that a friend of mine showed me. This was last night he showed me, well actually no, not last night, yesterday. They showed me this setup with Valkyrie specifically. Now, I've always had a problem with Valkyrie myself. Personally, I never thought she was able to tank very well in endgame unless she had her 4 active, you know, Hysteria, or at least used her 4 for the lifesteal it has to get her health back every now and then, and that was always a slight issue I had with it. Now, of course, to a lot of people, Hysteria is Valkyrie's bread and butter. Of course it is, and I get that, but the thing about me is, I don't like playing as a friend that only relies on one ability and nothing else. And that's kind of all Valkyrie really had going for her for a while for me, until my friend showed me this idea he came up with. So, first of all, it's a Valkyrie plus melee build that I'll be using on my Zor. And let's give a little demonstration as to what it can do. Now, these Corrupted Heavy Gunners are level 125. There's 6 of them. Let's activate Warcry, spawn them in. And we made quick work of him, didn't I? Now, who out there thinks I'm using Blood Rush? Because if you thought that, you're wrong. That is the build. And all that damage comes from Condition Overload. That's where all that damage comes from. No Blood Rush required, no crits required. Healing Return, obviously, to substitute for Lifesteal from her claws. Now, this is a build I've tried out with a bunch of different Warframes, and the lifesteal, combined with the ridiculous amount of damage you can do with this build, keeps you alive no problem. And this can work with a lot of different weapons. It's just that, you know, my Zor is a polearm, so, you know. But yeah, this is the melee build that you could try and on like any weapon you wanted. You could. I haven't tried it out on every weapon yet. I've tried it out on a few, and it works pretty well. And this is the Valkyrie build, which is I need to rename this config C from tested to something else, because yeah, it's you saw how much damage it's possible to do, and let me just show you how much more survivable this can make certain frames, such as. Well, even as an Exalted Shell for Excalibur, this is pretty good. Let me show you. Oh, also, yeah, the Excalibur build. There it is. That's my Excalibur build. Chromatic Blade. I formatted this a while back, and then I decided to make this my new build, so that's why it's formatted slightly wrong. Energy conversion for the power strength, and everything else. So with the same melee shell mods as we were using before, and if Excalibur takes any kind of damage, which I'll give him the chance to do a bit of damage to me. Come on, shoot mate. But you just saw there how much damage she can actually do against enemies that are stunned by Radial Blind, you know, where they've got that damage bonus on them, right? And that's how much health I get back. So if I ever get in trouble, just pop a Radial Blind and get the crazy heals and absolutely melt things. Because as we all know, Radial Blind is a very important part of Excal's kit, and if you're not using it, you're not using Excal right. But yeah, like pretty much any frame, especially Harrow. Since Harrow can already heal himself with his active 2, and add into that his hold on, let's get a bit of that buff up. The only problem with this Zor is it doesn't have momentum, which means you are vulnerable to CC abilities, which is obviously why you might want to use a different weapon. But yeah, as you can see, And that was without me even using Harrow's 1, which you should be using at all times. Let's see how much different it goes with this 1, shall we? Now that they can't even do anything, and you're just seeing that damage. Condition Overload is a game changer. Seriously, guys, Condition Overload is a game changer. It's not about crits on melee weapons anymore, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think this build may oust the Atarax from its king position as best melee weapon in the game, because I can't think of a build for the Atarax that could out-damage this. In terms of, like, raw focused DPS, I can't see a build that can out-damage this. I mean, let's try my Atarax build out, which is pretty good. Now, this is the old build, without Condition Overload. So, you know, this is the build that everybody uses, basically, for the Atarax. You know, it's the build. With maybe a little bit of my own preference in there, because I like attack speed. But, you know, for the most part, this is the build that people use, right? So let's try this with Valkyria. Now, I am going to switch Frame Invincibility on for this, because I don't have Lifesteal, and I don't want to use her 4. So... But, once again, this isn't to show how survivable this makes you, this is just to show how fast you can kill enemies with this. So let's... Also, this is the wrong build. Sorry, guys, hang on. My memory sucks for this kind of stuff. There we go, config C, tester. Right. Okay. Alright, let's do this. I did add Many Strike to this build after being convinced by somebody. And as you can see, it's still pretty good. Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this damage. I mean, those splash procs just absolutely eat them when they get going. Mix a bit of Memi Strike slides in there, the red crits. And the damage is definitely good, like there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, those slash procs should finish her off. Oh no, they fizzled out, let's try that, okay. No? So yeah, obviously there's a lot more maintenance that goes into this kind of weapon. Which is fine, but... I mean... I am using Weeping Wounds as well, yeah. So yeah, but... That kind of build... And then this kind of build, that you're not using any, like... Sorry. This build, that you're not using any, like, blood rushes, or drifting contacts, or body counts, or whatever you prefer for a combo extender. You're using none of those. And it performs... the way that you've seen. Absolutely destroys things, and as I said, this can be used in a variety of different warframes that kind of have survivability issues. But you might want to use it on a weapon you have that has momentum. For example, the Silver Aegis. So let's try this with... You know what? I haven't actually tried this yet, so this will be a test for both of us to see, won't it? With Volt, who, as we all know, has no survivability. So I'm going to switch invincibility off. Switch on speed, and let's see how well this works. Being immune to knockdown. Using fire for crowd control, so they can't do any, like, much damage, if any. But then if they do manage to... Hang on. Whoa. And obviously I've got quick thinking in my Vault for survivability as well, so I do have like a get out of jail free card. But yeah, you can see how well this works. Let's just let her... yeah. But yeah, you see, that's another problem, is the stagger, which means that, yeah, you really want to be in your melee combos for obvious reasons. Let's do it one more time. And as we all know, these enemies have the highest HP in the game at their respective levels. Well, actually I don't know if that's true anymore with the addition of Noxes and other stuff, but in terms of enemies you see a lot of, you know, obviously these guys have the highest HP, and it's like, that is how fast we melt them. And just for, I guess, just to clarify things, yeah, this is the Silver Aegis build. Same one, pretty much. Allows for healing and everything else. I might swap. I mean, you know, you can personalize these builds how you want. Berserker isn't an important part of this since Final Harbinger gives you so much attack speed anyway. You could swap out Berserker for something else, especially if you're going to use it on Vault. You could go with Avenging Truth for the Syndicate proc, which I probably should with this build actually. Now that I think about it, since Final Harbinger speeds up attack speed, but oh well. So yeah, guys, that's really all I want to show. And yeah, this could be the best possible melee build in the game with the correct weapons. Like, the DPS is just ridiculous, as you saw. Absolutely insane. It's almost impossible to beat. Let's put that away. So yeah, guys, I think that's it for this video. Just thought I'd share that with you. So if anyone's looking for a build that can do, you saw the kind of damage it can do, while being able to use more squishy frames with it to stay alive and find ways to do that, then there you go. So yeah, guys, I'd like to thank you. And once again, this wasn't my build. The full credit goes to a friend of mine. I just thought I'd share it because holy crap, it's amazing. So yeah, guys, thank you all for watching, and I shall see you all in the next video. I'm out.